Part 1. The Rising Land. Once upon a time in the heart of Africa, there was a tribe called Nambara, settled in the northern region known as Galazoma. To the east, beyond the dry plains and rolling dunes, lay Zandoria, a land once rich with rivers and forests, now reduced to scattered oases struggling against the creeping desert. For generations, these lands had known nothing but struggle. The rivers that once fed them had long disappeared, leaving behind cracked earth, dry riverbeds, and dust carried endlessly by the wind. The sun was merciless, burning the land by day, while at night an eerie silence filled the air, an emptiness that stretched across the abandoned fields, through villages where only hunger remained. In Galazoma, food was a distant dream. The people learned to live on scraps, stretching what little they had for as long as they could. In Zandoria, the drought had stolen the last of the fertile lands, turning once thriving farms into barren wastelands. Hunger was not a passing season, it was life itself. Children grew up knowing the ache of famine before they ever knew the sound of laughter. Mothers mixed dirt with flour, hoping to trick empty stomachs. Fathers walked for miles in search of water, but many returned home with nothing except weary steps and broken spirits. Disease spread like wildfire. The sick lay in makeshift clinics, their bodies frail, their eyes full of silent prayers. But medicine was a luxury. There were no doctors, no supplies, only the desperate hope that tomorrow might bring relief. The rulers of the land sat in their high places, untouched by the suffering below. They hoarded what little wealth remained, their hearts hardened by greed and corruption. And beyond their borders, the world looked away. Nambara, Galazoma, and Zandoria were forgotten, mere names on a map, buried under the weight of crises that others deemed more urgent. But even in the depths of despair, something remained, a quiet resistance, a will to survive. One evening, as the sky burned red with the setting sun, a farmer named Aboro discovered something that would change everything. In the dry, cracked soil of Galazoma, where nothing had grown for years, a single green shoot had emerged. It was small, fragile, but alive. Aboro had experimented with a new way of farming, digging deep into the earth to find hidden moisture, using ashes from burnt plants to trap water, and covering the soil with dried leaves to protect it from the sun. The technique was old, nearly forgotten, but it had worked. Word spread like wildfire. From Galazoma to Zandoria, villagers gathered to learn. They dug, they planted, they shared what little they had. The land, once thought to be dead, slowly began to breathe again. But survival was not enough. They needed more than just food. They needed change, to be continued. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss part 2. Stay tuned for the next chapter of Nambara's journey.